ever felt like your life would finally come together once the right person showed up? Like, if you met the right person, if you had the right relationship, if someone just stepped in and took some of the pressure off, everything would just click. Yeah, I used to think that too. Lock me away, put away the key. I'm guilty. I used to think that too. And I'm not going to lie to you. For a long time, I genuinely believed that someone was going to come into my life and save me. God, how embarrassing. No, I'm just kidding. But before we get into all of that, hello, my beautiful humans. Welcome back to I Just Got Here. I hope you're having a great day, week, month, and year. In today's episode, it's going to be a little uncomfortable to hear about, to listen to, especially if you're going through this or felt like this in some point in your life. Because we're talking about something that I had to admit to myself that I didn't even realize I believed for years. And that is me thinking someone is going to come save me. Ugh, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth every time I hear that. Ugh. Anyway, let's just get into the episode. Take it away. For the longest time, I thought that if I found the right man, fell in love, had his kids, built a life with him, that somehow my life would get easier. Not because I didn't want to work, but because I thought he would handle everything. Like, for example, I wouldn't have to struggle as much. I wouldn't have to figure everything out alone. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I even thought that this was possible in my last relationship. I thought, okay, this is it. We're building something. No. I'm sorry, past self from 6 years ago. No. I really thought we were going to create a life where things were just handled. But life does not work that way. Life does not work like that. At all. Because instead of being saved, life started happening faster than I can even process. I got pregnant. I had our son. We were living with family. We moved into our own place. And for a second, I felt like things were finally coming together. Like, okay, maybe. What? Maybe this is what I was waiting for. What? But then, boom, everything fell apart. We got evicted. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was one of the lowest points of my freaking life. I felt like I had wasted my entire 20s. I felt like Giveon. How was I supposed to know? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, like I was saying, that was the lowest point of my life. I felt like I wasted my 20s. Wasted my 20s on you. Sorry. I feel like I wasted my entire 20s chasing men, building my life around relationships, not even knowing who I was. What? And now I'm sitting here with a child, no stability, no direction, and no one coming to fix it. Actually, I'm gonna lie. I have a sense of direction. I have a sense of where I'm trying to get to. I just don't know how to get there yet. And that's when it hit me hard. No one is coming to save you, sweetie. Babe, no one is coming to save you. Not a man, not a relationship, not your circumstances magically changing. No one. And I know that sounds harsh, but for me, that was freeing. It was scary. Because if no one was coming to save me, then that means I'm not stuck waiting for anyone. It was scary, but it was freeing. It was liberating. I was like, all right, okay. So if no one's coming to save me, that means I have to figure it out by myself. I have to figure all this out on my own. That's good to know. And before that realization, I was in a victim mindset. Before I even came to that conclusion, my mind was permanently stuck in a victim mindset. I know it stems from childhood somehow, and once I do the shadow work and I go to therapy and I talk it out and I journal it, I'm going to be back with an episode about that. But right now, everything felt like it was happening to me. I got kicked out. I got evicted. My life is falling apart. Nothing ever works out for me. And I'm not saying these things didn't happen, because they did. I did get evicted. I did get kicked out. My life was falling apart. And it did seem like nothing was working out for me. But staying stuck in that mindset, it wasn't changing anything. So I made a decision, a real one. I'm tired of feeling like this. I don't want to keep feeling like this. It's draining. It's taxing on my mental health. I'm just miserable all day long, 24/7. So instead of feeling like that, I ended up changing. I took action. And I didn't change my whole life overnight. No, what? That's crazy. I started small. I set non-negotiable daily goals, like journaling and going for walks and doing something creative. And at first, those things felt small. They felt very small. Like, so what if I do this every day? But every time I completed those things, I was proving something to myself. That I can trust myself. That I can be consistent. That I can actually change my life if I wanted to. And slowly, my confidence started growing. My confidence was building slowly, brick by brick. I was building the foundation to the house that kept crumbling. And that's when I realized something else. I didn't have to accept my life the way it was. I wasn't stuck. I wasn't stuck. I just needed to stop waiting for someone else to change it. So I started moving differently through life. I started working again. I started saving money. I got my own car. I'm building consistency. I'm building my credit back up. I'm showing up for myself and my son. Not perfectly, but consistently. And I'm not going to lie and say, "Oh yeah, everything is perfect. I'm not hitting any roadblocks." No, I constantly catch myself slipping up. I have backslide sometimes. But the fact that I catch myself sooner instead of days, weeks, or months later, that's just growth. That's just showing myself, hey, you're taking accountability. You're changing your actions. Great. Keep going. Because no one is coming to save you. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, because it means you get to decide how your life turns out. You get to change the trajectory. Sorry, my braces. You get to build something better. And I know that could feel overwhelming. But think about it like this. Anything can happen when you stop waiting and start moving. You can meet someone new who changes your life. You can get an opportunity out of nowhere. You could build something you never thought was possible. But none of that happens if you're sitting around waiting to be saved. So if you needed to hear this today, this is your reminder. You're not stuck. You're just in a part of your story where you are choosing yourself. You are choosing you. You have to choose you. Because if you don't, who will? I'm sorry if that sounded a little harsh. I'm just being honest. But anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you continue to have a great day, week, month, and year. If you want to talk about this, or if you just want to connect with me, my Instagram is linked below, or you can leave a comment. And if you want to, my YouTube channel is also linked below. So if you want to subscribe, come on down.
If you want to come on down, come on down.
Oh my goodness. No pressure though. No pressure. But like I said, thank you for listening. I will see you in the next episode. If you have any other suggestions of like things that you want to hear about, leave a comment. But until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.
I'm going to Disney World October 3rd. So if you want to come on down, come on down.